Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 27 of Phase 2 of Sunstriders. This is a live play FFG Star Wars role-playing game campaign. Well, I guess Edge Studios now, actually. It is taking place on the planet Femar with our group of mixed heroes from our first campaign, as well as some younglings, aka some new characters mixed in. So it's a split XP party. And they are currently on a quest to find a solution to overthrow three super powerful Force users that have been released from their prisons deep within this planet, and somehow figure out a way to keep their new fledgling Force Order Academy, the Sunstrider Academy, alive and well. So, to recap, last week, which is hilarious because I haven't been able to say that in a long time.
At least 2 months.
Yeah, at least 2 months. Last week, our group recovered Raz Narubo, one of the original Sunstriders, who had been on a bit of a walkabout. Yes, Pog W. And has been acting a little bit strange. He's been a little bit cagey, and he had left without a trace about a year and a half ago. He's been roaming the planet and has been evading his friends.
Fucking weirdo.
So now they were able to track him down in the depths of Taurus Vigil, one of the deepest Fomorian outposts or enclaves on the entire planet. In the Forever Waterfall, effectively a spot in Taurus Vigil where the entire ocean drains through a chamber, causing incredible crushing pressures and things like that. And Raz was imprisoned inside said waterfall. Following that, Pinu Ra, the chieftain of Taurus Vigil, walked in, found them, said seize them as Raz had escaped. Were able to talk them down, and then Pinu Ra dismissed his guards. Obviously not wanting perhaps word to get out that this had been happening, and went and had a conversation with the group. Raz was still very cagey about his goings on in the last year and a half. Tensions were certainly high with Savo Zuli here, as well as pretty much everybody else, as they were pretty much holding his feet to the fire for answers, which he was not exactly willing to give. However, what we did learn is that he has a plan to find the Spear of Souls and use it to destroy the Brothers of the Waves, the three incredibly powerful Force users that have been released on this planet, causing untold destruction, draining the oceans, inciting violence and conflict between the Fomorians and the Offworlders that have been stuck here. So, after that conversation, Pinu Ra made it seem like he was kind of on our side and wanting to keep up appearances. Had Nox give him a good old shiner. And tossed him about, ruffled him up a little bit. He called for the guards as he gave you guys an escape route before Raz was able to use the Stride Force ability and bring the group to the northern pole, which have turned into these effectively massive breaking glaciers.
The North Pole.
Yes, the North Pole, if you will. These massive breaking glaciers in search of the vault, supposedly a hiding place for the Spear of Souls outside of the vision of the brothers and perhaps the forces controlling them. The father and mother, these Force entities that sort of live in this realm attached to Femar. We made it there. There was a strange sort of biomechanical, organic-esque droid guarding the vault, who was speaking in ancient Fomorian, which we were unable to verse before it switched languages to a very guttural, throaty language, which Lawrence, one of our Chiss younglings, was able to pick up a little bit on due to his studying of a journal he had found with Wolves, one of the Athorian younglings, and they had been working on decoding it. So they were able to avoid perhaps having to simply fight their way in or cut their way in, and went into the vault, evading... Oh, not... Ooh! Picture in the chat log. Nice. That actually just popped up on stream too. It's actually huge. Nice. It's huge in the middle of the stream now. Sweet. Wait, I need to start posting pictures in here. Shit, yeah, I didn't realize that.
They did the update.
Yeah. Fuck, I'll do that whenever I talk about some stuff. And inside we avoided what seemed to maybe be any traps, and Gazir retrieved the Spear of Souls after gaining entrance from the droid by activating the Fomorian Soul Blade. And was able to retrieve the spear from its resting place after resisting Raz's force pull. Gazir had many thoughts before leaving the vault, stabbing it into the ice, and relinquishing control of the spear to Raz. And at that moment, the sky darkened. A Arquitins class command cruiser that is very beat up, like this one. Let me see if I can copy paste this.
I posted it.
That one, but also this one. Well, I don't know if I have it downloaded actually.
Did it whenever I posted that, did it just, is the fucking thing huge, or is it?
No, it's still like it's still just that picture.
Okay.
Yeah. So if it's too big, it might get it a little funky, but for now it's fine.
Okay.
I'll have to download this image later to post it. It looks like I don't think I can. Oh wait, I can save it. Nice. So the Arquitins class Ascendant was the name. Cut a long triangular shadow overhead, tipping off that perhaps Occivlo's crew, with the rumors of a giant floating metal city, had perhaps found a way to get this thing's sublight engines back online as it flies in low orbit above us. And that will be exactly where we pick up after our session question, of course.
Yay!
Session question.
So, let's see. What color did we do last time? I think we did blue. Last time. So give me a... Dom, give me a purple, red, or orange, man.
Purple.
Let's see here.
What are the purples?
Is that a purple drink, Garrett?
The purple is...
Also, yeah.
Purple is... Oh, wow,
we're purple, though. What the fuck?
Purple is hypotheticals in the deck.
By the way, this shit is so good.
I've had the literally one. It is pretty good.
Dude, oh my god. Yeah. Also, 0 calories, 0 sugar.
Yeah, the ghosts are pretty elite.
It's like, oh, dude, it's so good.
So our session sponsor, our session question for today is: what advice or warning would you give a younger version of yourself?
Me.
Please,
Me.
please,
I
please,
hate-
please.
I hate you.
Balan, go ahead.
Balan would tell himself that he needs to stand stronger in the face of fear and not let it control him and dictate his decisions, because that's what led to everything that had happened with Dagon in the first place. So yeah, I feel like that's definitely what he would tell him.
Very good, very good. Go ahead and roll your destiny point.
Is
All right, roll your yeah, destiny point. I'm tripping.
Is there?
Let's go.
All right, one light side to start us off. Who wants to go next? Go ahead, go ahead.
Savo would tell his younger selves, you know, don't let your first response to everything be violence. Too much in his past as he resorted to combat and violence being the first option to solve issues. You know, with his deeper understanding of the Force now, need to seek balance in life, preserve life, promote life, that sort of thing.
Very good. And please go ahead and roll your destiny points.
Yay. Now we'll of course do the one light side.
Very good. Next up,
Oh, I can go.
go ahead, Gazir.
Gazir would tell his younger self that the path ahead is long and hard. Don't be afraid to take it alone. Keeping poor company won't make it any easier.
Ooh.
Let me roll my dice.
Please, please.
Yeet!
Nice. All right, hey, we might need them today, so we're off to a good start. Next up,
Question.
yes, question.
Just a mechanics question.
Mhm.
I don't think it would, but could I do once? What is it? Once a learner? Could I do that for the session questions?
No, it's not a force check.
Lame.
This is a meta check. Be Dom or Garrett?
I got it.
Go ahead.
Appa would tell one of his younger selves. I don't know which younger self.
There's a lot of them for
Um,
Appa.
Right. But I think you just tell him it'll happen again. You'll be here again. So pay good attention.
Very interesting. The cyclical way of things. Yes, of course.
Mhm.
And Garrett, of course, feel free to pick whichever character first since we're still technically piloting two. Dom, go ahead and roll your force, your destiny points.
Oh yeah. I think for Nox, he would say like, be careful of your one-track mind. It's very easy not to notice the blinders you have on.
Yeah.
And as for Lawrence, I don't like. What advice would a 14-year-old give their 9-year-old self?
A terrific question.
Study more authority.
Go to bed earlier. Don't drink the kelp soda and 3 bags of kelp chips.
Take it easy on the calf.
Oh,
Mom was
true.
right. Don't stick your finger in the socket.
That's right.
No, I mean maybe just to like, I don't know. It doesn't sound right coming from a 14-year-old to a 9-year-old, but like take note of where you are. Like Lawrence was always so focused of like trying to get off the planet that, you know, it is, you know, still a habitable planet that they're on. There's, beauty in it, that kind of thing.
Be present.
Yeah.
Very good. Go ahead and roll your destiny points.
Cool. I actually, since my sheet had rolled last time, Lawrence has a force rating of 2 now.
All right.
So I'm
Let's go.
do that. Ooh.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go with the 2.
Oh, what a hero. A man after my own heart. Balance in all things, naturally. All right.
We have gotten all light side on the destiny points pool, right? Surely.
We have.
I'm sure it's happened. We've played a bunch of sessions. It's bound to have happened at least once. All right, so with that, as we're standing out in the biting cold outside of the vault, with the shadow of the Arquitins of the Ascendant hovering overhead, as it flies over, you can see that one of the rear main engines is very much, maybe not completely offline. It still has some of that ion burn to it, but it is certainly not at 100% by any means. It has like maybe just like the faint core glow in the center of the engine. And with that, what would you guys like to do?
Point and go, at the ship.
This is true, Balan, in your young life,
I've never seen
you
shit
have
like this, bro.
as a matter of fact, you have probably never seen a aircraft,
No.
let alone one of this size.
Yeah, it's just mind blowing.
Is Balan a Creole? Was he born in the colony?
Yeah.
Scary. This is bad.
What?
Is
Why?
there
What's so bad?
We have a way to get off of Femar now, right?
Yeah.
or a way to die?
What? What do you mean?
That's an Imperial Star Destroyer or something similar to it. That's bad. We need to go.
Star Destroyer?
They can destroy a star?
It's a good thing we're not on
You
a
can do that?
star.
It's just a name, but the First Order and the Final Order and all them, they all use the same Imperial design.
Well, what are they
what would
doing out here?
It's exactly what I was about to say.
Oh, who was in the party whenever we met them at the council meeting?
For me, it was Jupy.
Okay, that's what it was. All the younger characters.
Correct.
So I have no idea. I think it was interesting.
It was Oziad for me.
So Savo, Nox, and Raz are the only people that have ever.
No, I don't know if Raz would have seen. Oh, seen one, yeah. No, it's what it's looking at. Yeah.
Is there any cover nearby? Any or is it just the little temple that we just came out of?
It certainly isn't a flat plane of ice. Like it's definitely fragmented and has like gullies and chasms and stuff like that. So you think that it's not like a flat sight line. That's a positive for you guys.
As far as their angle, are they like kind of coming straight towards us, a little off to a side?
So they have already passed pretty much directly overhead of you. And they seem to be holding orbit. They seem to be holding position. maybe, height wise, maybe half a mile to actually slow and stop, so you guys can see the rear engines from where you're standing at the entrance.
Do
The
we try
Guardian,
and-
his little receptors like follow it, warbles some other unintelligible words. It doesn't seem to move or anything.
It doesn't make sense though. I mean, why would they be coming here? We only learned of this place with Raz and Penura.
Savo.
Hey, me.
Bravo.
If you would be so kind as to give me you really don't even need a check for this, to be honest.
Okay.
From the age of this thing and like the shape that it's in, you would think, and it also has like the rust and patina on like the underside of it that you can see from it like sitting in seawater. Definitely matches like the parts of the hull of the riptide that are still attached and have been like half submerged. So you know that the Ascendant is certainly not a first or final order design. It is most certainly a Galactic Empire starship.
Okay. I don't know if that's better or worse. Do we have a comlink on us? I have a hollow messenger. I'd just like to shoot out a ping for someone on our like friendly channel. Like send out a little SOS beacon.
Great. Go ahead and give me a computers check for me real quick. It's going to be 2 reds and 2 purples.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Master Savo, I can help.
Please.
iPhone throwing hieroglyphics at you.
Oh wait, I actually don't have a yellow in computers.
That's fine. You have higher intelligence than I do.
You certainly do not have the correct tools for the job here. So you
Okay.
will add 3 setback on top of this one as well.
Nice. What's your intelligence?
4.
All right. See. I don't have anything either. All right. So you said
And also, before you make this one, if anybody has strain after the vault was an encounter, please roll a cool or vigilance check, no difficulty, to recover some strain.
okay. My fault. All right. You said
2 reds, 2 purples, 3
2
setbacks.
reds, 2 purples, 3 setbacks. Fuck. Okay. Ugh. Hey.
Let's go.
So as soon as you try to get you and Lawrence start working on this thing, you can tell that you are being jammed. However, that not a big problem for the brightest young mind of Point Riptide getting after it. So you will be able to punch through the interference. Who do you want to actually reach out to?
I really want to reach out to the Justicar, to G2E. Yeah, just send out an SOS with our location data. Type a little
drop a pin.
Imperial. Yeah, drop a pin. Imperial.
Now
present.
it is, it is a hollow messenger. So, ring, 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 it pops up G2E's astromech frame, rather large, pops into the frame. And it is still fuzzy for sure, but the interference is not so bad that you can't understand it. Savo, will you be returning to the ship anytime soon?
G2, I was actually hoping that you could bring the ship to us. We're in a little bit of a pickle right now.
Well, I would
Wait,
say it would perhaps be best to not power me down so I can remember where exactly you left me at, as I am unsure of my exact location at this moment. But I'm sure if you can drop me a pin, I can be en route.
And I will do that. I don't know how that...
Hey, easy, hand wave him, dude. Very easy.
We're in the North Pole, dude.
Ah,
Is G2E about to fast travel from the center of the Earth?
pushes in. Good news. I'll be there just shy of 2 hours.
Great.
Oh boy.
Anything else?
Hey, full thrusters, G2E.
Full thrusters engaged. Hey, breaks out.
So now what?
Yeah.
Give me a group perception check, please.
Not I.
Not me.
Probably not me. 2 greens.
I've got 2 yellows.
Ooh, there you go.
Swing them.
I think that's you.
It will be
Okay.
2 purples. And a boost die since it's a group check.
Go. There we go. We win these.
Very good. So with 3 successes, it does seem to have a smaller hangar bay attached. And you can see what appears to be a shuttlecraft leave the hangar bay. Bank out as the wings unfurl and seemingly head your direction.
Okay.
I guess running's out of the question.
Okay, can I do a perception check?
Well, what else are you looking for? Because it might be covered in this one.
Yeah, I've been on the phone, sorry.
Oh no, you're good.
A crack in the ice, maybe a crevasse we could slide down and hide in.
So with this, I will actually push this to a stealth check. So with that perception check, you definitely think you might be able to evade. It certainly seems to be heading towards the vault. You're unsure if it has seen your group or not. So a group stealth check here will certainly be permissible to find us a nice little, perhaps crevasse to hide in.
That's a Raz check.
Yeah.
I'm 2 greens.
Same.
That may in fact be a Raz check.
That is absolutely a Raz check.
Is Rez here?
He is.
Oh, okay. I thought he had sent us through and then stayed back.
Oh,
Holy
no,
shit,
no,
yeah,
he
it's a
was-
Raz check.
He was with
You don't remember Gazir almost fucking struck
Yeah,
him
true.
down?
God. Ignore me.
This one, so I'll use a couple of our threat here. I'm gonna go ahead and burn one. It'll be a red, a purple, and 2 setback die.
Red, a purple, and 2 setback die.
Oh, we're cooking today.
We're off to a good start. So Raz, the quick thinker, of course, that he is, fast to action, calls to the group. and begins heading back south, more southwest, into one of these smaller cracks of ice. You guys slide down to where it connects, and there's a little rift on the bottom. And I assume begin heading back the way we came, as best as we can, out of this sight cover.
Yeah.
Very good. As we do so, as you guys are heading on, you can hear the ion engines above. It's not a, it doesn't have like the Thai whine. Definitely has a bit of a deeper thrum to it. It does pass overhead slowly. As you guys hear it approach, we kind of squeeze into the ice, chilling ourselves off a little bit as we're in close contact with it. And it passes pretty low overhead at a slower pace, seemingly looking for you guys, but it seems that you have evaded sight for now as we continue heading on south. Now, do we have any goals other than getting back to the platform, or heading down to ideally where the water still connects, and hopefully waiting out for G2E and the Justicar?
I kind of want to stay hidden, but hang
Maybe
around
that's
to see what
fine.
see what they do.
In case they try going in.
No,
Well, see what the droid hits them with to annihilate all three. Whoever
I am curious what the droid's
The
gonna do.
automatizer hits them.
All right, so we'll camp out for a little bit then. It makes one more pass, this time heading the opposite direction, so on a little circular path above. And you hear the engines get louder and louder as it seems to be setting down on the ice somewhere. We'll do the full team, army crawling up to the edge of the ridge, peeking over the top. And you see what seems to be maybe 4 or 5 humanoid individuals debark off of this shuttlecraft and have weapons, have what seem to be blaster rifles on them, or blaster carbines, I should say, on them. Not in battle armor. Definitely seems to be more like auxiliary, like maybe closer to, say, like Navy officer, Navy troop uniforms. So no like plastoid on them or anything like that. No stormtroopers. Definitely seem to be a little bit better outfitted to the cold than you guys are. They have, fur cuffs and obvious fur that kind of pokes out of the collars. As they sort of begin scanning and sweeping the area. The wind and now, just the ice and loose snow blowing in the wind keeps you from being able to hear anything from this distance, but you can see decent enough as they do approach the vault, and seemingly are denied entry by the Guardian. The leader of the group seems, just by body language, to be a little bit frustrated after a few minutes trying to communicate unsuccessfully with the Guardian. They regroup, seem to have a little bit of a huddle and a bit of a conversation.
How many did you say?
5.
Okay. We could
Yeah.
how far away from the shuttle
I
are
would,
they?
so they're not really far. They're probably short range from the shuttle, and I'd say you guys are probably long range from them right now.
What are you thinking, Master Sabo?
I was thinking maybe we could jump on their shuttle. I don't know if that's a good idea though.
I don't know if that is either. You think we could?
Maybe
So-
we could just ask for a ride.
So they're between us and their shuttle.
Not necessarily, no.
Okay.
They're definitely focused on the vault right now, and the shuttle's behind them.
Hmm. Is the cockpit in view of us?
Just the ramp, like the actual glass of the cockpit. I would say you
Yeah.
guys are looking at it from the side right now.
Okay. So if we made a move, if there's someone still in the cockpit, they would probably be able to see us.
Maybe.
Maybe. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. You know what, man? Hey, let's get them out early. I would like to use foresee.
Okay. What are we looking for?
I think I want to focus on the group leader. I'm looking to try and divine maybe what they want with us, or if they're even here for us. What they're, I don't know.
Make a force check for me.
What-
Roll your foresee die for me.
What lies in store with these gamers? We'll of course use all three light side.
Very good. So, Roz, as you look out, or Roz, Sava, as you look out, try to, see the future a little bit here.
That's so Raven.
That's so Raven style, of course. You get a quick glimpse of what you would assume to be perhaps the captain of the Ascendant. It's a Chiss male, has some wrinkles on him, he's a little bit older, fully red eyes, blue skin, pretty close shaved, jet black hair, thin little mustache. Talking to what you assume to be this group. You get a vision of this quick conversation. Sir, the group was nowhere to be found. You have this weird feeling that they're speaking in a language you don't know, but it is being translated for you somehow. The captain sort of rubs his chin a little bit, standing very officer-esque, tall-chested. Looks at the group. Does. Lieutenant, this is unacceptable. If we wish to accomplish our goal and find our path back out of the Red Nebula, we need the young Skywalker they have in their group.
What an interesting.
And the vision ends.
What an interesting word to use. Because Skywalker, if my Star Wars lore is correct, doesn't necessarily mean literally a Skywalker person,
Correct.
but it's another term for the Force sensitive, isn't it? Oh wait, no, it's Lawrence. They're looking for Lawrence.
The
Skywalker is a Chiss term.
Yeah, the
Ew.
Chiss navigators.
So whenever you drop back out of this vision, you do look to your side at Lawrence peeking over.
What do you see?
Lawrence, they're I think they're here for you.
What? Now's not the time for jokes, Master Savo.
I don't think
Well,
he's
but-
joking.
Why would... that doesn't make any sense, though. they don't even know about me. I think.
Presumably, they didn't know about this temple either, but here they are.
Ooh, DM question.
Yes, DM answer.
Do you think Lawrence's father, Gregory, do you think he was a what do they call it? Like a turncoat kind of? Do you think?
Gregory was very much a Rebel Alliance member through and through.
No. Okay.
So I'll say this: he probably talked to you about home. He probably talked to you about Scylla, and like the Chiss ascendancy and things like that in a not necessarily positive light. He certainly didn't seem beholden to them. Like he had picked his lot in life with the Riptide and with the rebellion against the Empire, and was happy with his role. Maybe not so happy of being on Femar, but happy to be with the people that were his pretty much entire extended family, the crew of the Riptide, and able to be a part of building something in the 15, 20 odd years that it's been stuck here.
Also, totally unrelated and unnecessary question, but I'm just curious. Is Lawrence like a pure-blooded Chiss?
Oh, he is, yes.
Okay. So there were other like Chiss women.
Gregory was. Oh,
Nice.
maybe you did know. Maybe you did correspond with him. But how do you know you're force sensitive? You haven't shown that outside of what? Oh no, you're in the academy. Where?
Do we
How
do
would
we
they have
have
academy
knowledge
knowledge?
about the Skywalkers? Okay.
Absolutely, no, I would say no.
Yeah, just Lawrence?
Probably not.
I would say Gregory was not force sensitive himself. So outside of him being away from the ascendancy, he might have maybe have had some very brusque knowledge of it, but definitely not anything in depth.
Mm. So my conclusion was just extrapolation.
But no,
You know what? Somebody give me. Somebody give me like a. I kind of want like a skullduggery check, or like a cool check.
Not it.
Hmm.
I've got a yellow and a green for cool.
better than one I got.
Got a yellow and 2 for cool.
It'd be
Cool
you,
or
buddy.
skullduggery.
Hey, let's take the yellow. Let's take the 3 pool. It's gonna be an average check with a boost die.
Very good. Average boost. 2 success, 1 advantage. Let's go, dude.
So with this information, hold on,
Is it cold as shit over there?
it is cold outside, but it's a little stuffy in the cribbo right now.
Wee.
As I make my wardrobe adjustment. successes, 1 advantage. So, Savo, you know, you've been in touch with the council, with the Riptide Council. And some pieces start falling together for you. The poisoning before you guys went off the Corestians was strange, but you know, you were willing to put that off as like a one-off. And whenever it came out that they had gone ahead and changed what they needed for quorum to vote on the council, to be able to make changes without Joom or you present, so effectively excising the need for the academy leaders to be there and be able to make changes on the council. That too was a little strange. You know that the Riptide, while obviously has been inoperable for some time, the schoolhouse and the scientists there, Gregory, whenever he was still alive included, were working on ways to have a power plant that wouldn't be relied upon by the fusion generator, by the fusion core of the Riptide. And so, you know, some things get a little suspicious. You're like, okay, well, how would they know about Lawrence? Okay, he's a Chiss. Maybe, you know, word does spread. There's been some trade and things like that. But how would they know he was a part of the Academy or Force sensitive? That's information that's been a little bit tighter, closer to the chest. And then your eyes turn to Gazir a little bit, and you notice his illustrious, beautiful Cormundian half-vest is very much extragalactic make.
Hmm.
Oh, this? I pull on the collar of my Cormundian half vest.
So
Ever since I can remember.
you're putting some pieces together. You think there might be somebody at Riptide handing out some very sensitive information.
That does not put my worries at ease about the oncoming assault of Point Riptide, certainly.
Tony's wearing a lion. Tony.
But that also means somebody has put this operation at risk more than likely. Although I guess they couldn't have known. Well,
Now, where you guys were, now that is still a question mark for you because, sure, you know, Operation Skim Racer was definitely pretty much Academy only, and probably told very few people on either on the council or on Point Riptide in general about it. So that is still a question mark for you, and how they knew perhaps you would end up here. Is definitely a biggest question mark.
Because we TP'd here.
we did. But these guys have contact with all of the Fomarian enclaves.
And we left one of the enclaves.
And we
almost,
left.
And almost instantly they pulled up. Well, we went down. You know, probably what?
To be
20
fair, the
minutes, 30
Enclaves didn't
minutes.
know that we were there. They didn't know. Nobody
Yeah.
knew that we were in.
How would he say
You
we
know, tourist vigil.
didn't know where we were going? We just kind of blinked out. So
Yeah.
how do they?
How would they know?
They would just heat seek us if they had a tracking device. We would have popped.
Can we do a quick check for bugs? Just like all of our gear.
You certainly won't. You can run through, but you certainly won't find any bugs on you or anything like that. I can give you that one for a freebie. And while we're talking about this, I'm gonna make a roll real quick.
Could they sense them? Do they have their own fucking force sense?
Yeah, if they
All
got
I'm
So they
thinking-
can plug Lawrence into their ship and use him as a fucking battery.
All I'm thinking
Um,
about is a fucking bronze burner, dude. Do they have?
So,
do they have somebody?
as you're putting these things together and watching, you see the group from the Ascendant pull their carbines and pistols, and they absolutely slag the Guardian, like unload into it.
Ooh.
Doesn't really stand much of a chance against an onluge of modern day blaster fire. Doesn't seem to have the chance to even like form its weapon. And you also see that the leader, supposedly the lieutenant, or the officer, waves one of the other guys forward with this little backpack on. And a bright light starts emanating, and you think they're probably fusion torching or fusion cutting the door or the panel.
Is it loud?
Not really, but the amount of light that it gives off is certainly noticeable.
Hmm. So this is certainly a trap of some kind.
I think it is looked. They were looking for the spear. They were probably working with one of the brothers. They have shown to be diplomatic. They were diplomatic with the boss for.
The ever observant Appa, wise with his years. That certainly is an answer that plugs into some big question marks for how they would know where this was or where you guys might be heading.
And they would know about Lawrence because one of the brothers saw all of us. He's force sensitive enough to know who is and isn't.
I love when the players can put it together, man. Yum.
Dom being big ol' smarty pants.
My brain hurts.
So what do we do here? Because
So
if
either we A, book it and hide and wait 2 hours for G2E to travel from the center of the planet
I like
to
that.
us. We hop on this ship, steal it, take off. We hop on the ship, go up to the main ship and start a whole bunch of shit. Or, fourth option,
We set the low table down and I get the tea kettle running.
we wait it out real quick.
So here's the problem with waiting. So if G2B shows up with the Justicar, he's getting fucking blasted out of the sky, or at least tractor
Correct.
beamed up.
So, important distinction: the Justicar is no longer airworthy.
Ooh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta find water.
Which we have further down this chasm. Allegedly, it leads to water.
Yeah, heading back down south, you think that you would be able to find the well, and you can remember on the whenever you guys had ported in, the water edge was not too far away from the edge of like the glacial cliff.
But these chists are helping the brother, and they don't know we're here, but they're expecting us. So to me, that's an opponent.
So do we? Okay.
Blow it up. Wait, what? Don't blow it up. Okay.
I mean, we could.
Blow it up.
God, do we just let Raz kill the brother that's on board?
Just let him star killer it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, pull that thing down, bro.
Let me ask you this question. Are we gonna run from this?
I don't think we really can. 2 hours is a long time. They're not if they came all this way to this very specific spot, they're not just
They
gonna
pulled
leave.
over right after us. they're gonna get down into there and go search through that whole thing because the spear's not there. They're not just gonna go, oh, it's not the holder.
So we can
Maybe
either
we
go and
should-
talk with these guys, or we can hop on their ship and go up to their.
I think
Yeah,
we
they
do
need-
that.
They'd be very angry when we
I mean,
land.
they would be, but if we go up to these guys that are down here right now, they're certainly going to try and take us into custody.
We could. We're more. We have more people.
We
I
do.
mean, they have gun. They have orbital guns. Maybe.
Yes.
Maybe.
But then, if you're right, Savo, and they are looking for Lawrence, they wouldn't risk, hurting him.
So we
Maybe.
strap
Well, hold
Lawrence
on.
to the
Can I
front
do
of
a
Knox
can I do
and
like a
set him up
knowledge
there.
check, Jake?
Well, what are you looking
Maybe
for?
knowledge lore or history.
What are you
so
looking
I can
for?
so I can remember how many functional guns there are in the ship, or like what weapons capacity does this thing have? Because I know about this a little bit already.
You do
don't know
know
how much
about
I
you
know.
do know about this a little bit.
I think even seeing it in the sky is probably a bit of a
What
shock
I
for me.
what I really want from you though is a negotiation check.
By all means. And the difficulty of that would be?
Let me tell you real quick.
Because you know I'm going to flip them. Oh, wait, where'd the points go? The force points. Destiny points.
They're still up. They're up there on my screen.
I need to reload, I guess. Maybe I got decent. Yeah, there they are. Ding, ding, ding. Ding. Ding.
Okay, so I love that I can import straight to the board. Man, this makes it so easy, dude. I can get my stat sheets right when I need them.
Amen.
Okay, that is going to be a 5 purple check.
Cinco purple is crazy. But I win those, historically.
One more purple.
True.
5 purple. One
Oh.
more purple.
Historically, I win those!
Let's go, dude.
Alright,
Let's
okay.
fucking go.
So Gazir, in the days prior, this is not recent knowledge
Yes.
to you. You've ran into parts of Occivlo's crew. You've traded with them. You've even done a job for them. And you know you're no schmuck whenever it comes to information gathering and things like that. And maybe at a little leave post, a little watering hole one night, maybe a couple guys are talking a little bit too loud, and the knowledge you remember picking up is them talking about not having enough juice to keep the Ascendant afloat, and like life support and everything like that on, and also have enough juice for the orbital guns, for the turbo lasers.
Yeah.
So, best of your knowledge, you think that they probably don't have access to their turbo lasers or point defense, probably at all.
Okay.
And this thing is not like this is like a picket ship, so it's not like bristling
Yeah,
with
yeah.
turbo lasers or anything like that. On the underside, you can see maybe like 2 single barrels on the port and starboard underbelly. So it's definitely not like armed to the teeth or anything like that.
Okay. I would make that information available amongst the party. One second.
So we could run.
We could.
Worst comes to worst, we dispatch these guys that are down here and book it to the shuttle and get out of here.
And then back to the Riptide.
I guess
That is an idea.
we have the spear. We can push off the assault. I mean, we could try to push off the assault.
The only thing we'd be missing out on if we ran would be figuring out what the Chiss, which of the brothers the Chiss are with,
Not
and how
necessarily.
deep they're with it. I mean,
Can-
that pretty much started with all of them. If you're with one, you're with all of them.
Mm,
It's just if we leave them, right? Like we skedaddle regardless.
yeah.
This will probably be our only chance of diplomatically speaking with the Chiss. But we also do have something that they really want, so there's a chance that we have a fight for it because we have Lawrence with us.
We could put Lawrence on the phone.
That'd
Talk
be
to him as
crazy.
we're running because they're gonna chase us.
That'd be crazy. Yeah, I mean, shoot, we can steal their ship and link up with the Justicar. That's awesome.
I like
I
it.
love that.
I like it.
I'm just trying to calculate value with going in and messing them up or talking to them.
Hmm.
But I don't think it's worth the risk. They're already here with their giant ship, the scary spear place looking for them.
There's only going to be more people
Yeah.
on board that ship. There's nobody in the little tiny lander. So
Now, Gazir, this is also, you know this as well. This is not a secret. It is certainly like the Ascendant is very much like a skeleton crew. I'll tell you guys since he has to go talk to his wonderful wife. Definitely is a skeleton crew. I think I'll pull it up in my notes, but I believe it's running at about like 500 crew, which is a large force, sure, compared to 7 of you guys. But as far as like full operational capacity, that's upwards of like 1700. So they're very short, like having to let onboard computers do the lion's share of the work for sure.
Mm.
So we could.
What if we take this ship, the big one?
Ooh.
The big one.
Ooh.
What if we
We don't have
boarding
enough
party the
people
ship?
to run that.
We don't.
If we're taking it to somewhere to the ground.
We don't. But that's
an icy grave.
okay.
It's like, what do we
want-
gain from interacting with the Chiss here apart from just hauling it, dude?
Wait a minute.
Well, we try to figure out why they're here. I mean, sorry.
Oh,
I missed
Gazir,
one.
this
Yeah.
is information you know already, but you know that it's running at like a skeleton crew as well. It has about 500 crew members running,
Yeah,
which is like one third.
Still an army
capacity.
compared to us.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, we can learn more about their intentions by talking to them. Gather a little bit more intel. It takes back to Point Riptide. Running? I mean, I don't see how running is even feasible.
Oh,
If
we
we
could
take-
run.
if we
get their
take
ship.
if we take the big ship, that's a
The li-
ticket
With
off
the little
world.
ship.
Yeah, if we get
Yeah.
the little ship, we can haul. If
Yeah,
we
yeah,
get
yeah.
to the big ship, we can cut their head off. If it's worth it.
Even if we ground the ship, we've probably got. Well, I don't know. We might, if we set it down gently enough, we might be able to come back with the people of Point Riptide and get them off planet
Yeah.
when the time comes. If the time comes.
Chiss are gonna want it back. We don't know how many there are.
Well, we know that this section's been abandoned for 30 years plus. It's been cut off. Yeah, it's been cut off from the Chiss main population. These guys are stranded.
So
I know that.
do we parlay with these guys and figure out what do you guys want? What do we want? We're not giving you Lawrence, or the guy with the spear is gonna blow this whole fucking thing up. Or do we just leave him be? I think that's our two options.
I don't
Either we
think
go to
leaving him
interact
be-
with these people, or we shoot the fuck out.
I don't think
and
leaving them be
continue
is
with our
really an
plan.
option here. I
Yeah,
think
they're gonna come for us either way.
it's our problem.
Well,
I
so are the
think we-
brothers. We got people gunning at us any way we do this. What do we want out of interacting with the Chiss?
I want
Want to
to.
get
I
rid of
mean,
them? Want
we
to
can
figure out
work
what
with
they're
them.
doing first?
I mean, this thing's planet bound. I don't think it's going into hyperspace from what Gazir knows.
We've got
So
we've
they're
got
going to be sticking
engineers,
around for a while. A flying ship could be very useful in a ground-based battle.
and we
Could
can
be.
offer them pieces like
Air
for
superiority
post,
is
right?
Could be great. Maybe we can get them on our side. I think there's probably something aboard that ship worth our time.
Yeah, if they want to get out, we want to get out. We have parts of a ship. They have a ship that needs parts.
Indeed.
We have some negotiating room. They probably just want it. They probably just want Point Riptide fucking anyway, just so they get the parts and they get the fuck out before the apocalypse.
That's
So-
interesting.
I think
Yeah,
we're
I say
gonna
we
have
go
to put the
And
tea
Lawrence
on the
wicked
fire,
smart.
man.
They need Lawrence to rebuild their hyperdrive.
Okay, Gazir's going to go walk towards the ship.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Hell
whoa.
yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude.
I
They're
think-
not gonna expect it. One dude walking out in the middle of a fucking blizzard in the North Pole. Well, no.
For sure. But I think we use Lawrence for what he is as a bargaining chip. We
have
get
other
on that.
bargaining chips.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I just
The
don't
blicky.
understand why they're looking for me. Like, sure, I built a droid once. I mean, that's not crazy. If anything, we could just like ask them why they're looking for me. I mean, I'll admit I'm a little curious. But I mean, they're stranded too, right? Gazir, Master Savo, we should be allies, not enemies, right?
Could be.
We've
I just
never
feel like we have-
been enemies. I think it would be good to speak to them.
We might have more in common than not.
Either way,
Thuna's not a big fan of them, but you know,
Yeah.
she's not here
It's
right now.
also important to know, just because you're not enemies doesn't mean you're allies.
Lawrence, write that down.
Roz nods his head to that one.
either way, we have them outnumbered down here. I guess we could just go talk to them.
Stand between them and the ramp.
Stand between them and Lawrence.
By bringing Lawrence to them. They'd never expect it.
Where's this kid at? Flying up to the ship. Huh?
Yeah, I think we talked to him.
Do it.
How do we do this?
All goes south. We got Plan B.
Do we walk out like a group of Eskimos ready to kill a bear?
Maybe. I can always
Well,
saber swarm them.
I say we send Lawrence first and see how they act towards him.
I think that's a bad
Why don't they
idea.
just delete his ass?
I think that's a horrible idea.
There
Why
he
is
is.
it such a bad idea? Why? I feel like how they initially react to seeing Lawrence there will tell us a lot about what they plan on doing with him.
Yeah, and what if their initial reaction to Lawrence is to kill him?
They
Well,
said
then we stop that. We'll be right there.
We should go out together. Because at least with me, Nox, and Raz, we can, pull out the blickies and deflect blaster fire.
They know we're
Or-
they know we're running.
Yeah. Plan B, book it to the shuttle and
Boarding party.
haul
we,
ass
should- we
somewhere.
get one of them. Maybe they got another ship up there. They send down Commander Mr. Knows a Lot to come meet us on the ground instead of in the ship.
Maybe.
Yeah, but then he's got his ground forces and whatever he brings along with him in the ship.
Raz just throws the ship.
I think we take that ship.
What if we just call him?
Can we do
Yeah,
that?
walk over there and be like, call your commander.
Hey, can we use your phone?
Parlay. The correct term for that would be parlay.
What if we just introduced ourselves to the ground crew?
Yeah. Do we
Seems-
walk over there as a group and ask for parlay, or do we send
Seems to
I
be the
think-
way we're leaning.
Yeah, we walk.
representative?
Just
We
yell
are
parlay.
certainly- We are not splitting the group. Not because of my disdain for splitting the group.
Also,
because-
Roz would also be like, didn't I just tell you guys about making sure the younglings, turn out right? I think dangling this one in front of them is probably a bad idea.
So do we want to
Maybe.
send? Do we want to send the masters out?
Sure.
Perhaps
Leave the
a
younglings?
Yeah, we
perhaps
can
a
hold
perhaps a full show of force may be better.
That's a good idea. Let's do that.
and everybody straighten their shoulders.
Easiest way to protect somebody is whenever they're right next to you.
Sure.
And Raz has the spear of destiny in his
Right.
More or less.
All right.
I keep seeing a pitchfork.
Go
hand.
ahead.
See it as
Well,
a trident.
it is definitely a single spearhead.
Ah.
Yeah.
Spear blessed, dude.
Yeah, you guys, non-threateningly, I would assume.
But a little
Shit.
bit of mean mug in there.
Leave it up to our leave it up to anticipate
our
interpretation.
intimidation.
There
Jesus
we go.
Christ.
Anticipate. Leave it up to anticipation. I'm anticipating.
Bro, it was so hard to find that word.
So as you guys approach, you can start to hear the din of the fusion cutter, and eventually, pretty much as you guys are about short range away, the door eventually is cut open, and the locks on it eventually release and swing open. Before there is a command in Chiss. It seems like somebody has noticed you, and everybody does a quick double take, and they spin about heel, and of course level their weapons at you guys. Fire. And there's a tense moment before the officer sort of pushes his way to the front of the group and looks across all you guys, kind of cranes his neck a little bit over the shoulder of Savo and a little bit tucked behind Roz of sees confirmation that Lawrence is there. Seems to say something quietly to one of the other members before addressing you all.
And what does he say?
And here I thought perhaps you'd gone and locked yourself in the vault.
Why would we do that?
As good a question as anything. Why would you do anything?
Well,
Now,
a series of events led us to here. What brings you here?
you have something our captain desires.
Ah,
Perhaps it's time we speak with him.
I think perhaps that is a wise decision. Are you willing to come quietly?
we're willing to
When
talk
you say
here.
that, yeah.
Is he willing to come here?
A little bit of a smirk on his blue lips. The captain has more pressing matters to attend to.
Come on, I know
More-
that's not true. You
more
came all the way
pressing
up
matters.
here.
Cool deal, buddy. All right.
But if you wish to parlay a bit, perhaps we may set up a communication line here.
Perhaps that could work for now.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Very well. He snaps. The guy with the tech backpack that had the fusion cutter sort of scrambles to the middle ground between your two groups and pulls out a rather large, not large necessarily, but definitely two-hander holocom puck. Sets it down, begins tapping on it before a, blue visage, not just of the skin tone, but of the holo communicator of a you assume captain Chiss in a has fine like cape, large shoulder pads over this imperial officer's uniform that certainly has seen better days, but has been kept up well. He's definitely an older gentleman. And Lawrence, you would probably place him as older than your father. So he's probably in his either 60 or early 60s. So his hair has not grayed or whited any. It's still fully black, but it is close cropped. And he seems to look towards you all with a discerning eye.
What do you want?
Yeah.
You've done well in locating our quarry, Lieutenant Tarver. He kind of looks over his side, talking to the crew behind him. I'm glad we're finally having a chance to talk. Your reputations precede you. I've heard a great many things about your exploits, on planet and otherwise.
And who'd you learn that from?
The funny thing about off-world goods and well-stocked warships is trade can be a very powerful thing. Especially in such times as we find ourselves in now. I assume my lieutenant has informed you all of my need.
Don't believe he has.
He's told
care
us
to
that you
enlighten
have
us?
one.
Ah. So he's left me the honor. I require the assistance of your young Chiss friend.
In what capacity?
What an interesting accent you possess. Your line must have been away from the ascendancy for quite some time.
Yeah, I think I fell on my nose when I was like a baby.
Of course. I wish I could talk more in depth about these things, but As the Ascendant becomes more and more operational, the confines of this world need not have any grip on us any longer. Unfortunately, our timelines and timetables have been delayed and pushed back time and time again, and our navigators have aged out. You, my young friend, may present the last hope of getting any starships out of this planet.
Uh, what makes you say that?
Well, according to the information you gathered, you're 14, 15 galactic standard years,
Yeah, coming up on 15.
and you've been enrolled in this academy at Point Riptide.
That's right.
Then you should do just fine.
Could I insight check, perception check? this man?
Absolutely. What? Yeah, absolutely. What are you looking for to determine what check it's against?
Because I mean, from what Savo had said, like trying to discern any like malicious intent. Like, is this going to be like a partnership, or is this like a, you know,
Absolutely. Yeah. Go. Give me a. It'll be a perception check. It'll be against his discipline. Which will be 3 reds and a purple.
Ooh,
All right,
we win these.
we do. You know what? I'm gonna flip one.
By all means.
Like you said, we win these.
Ooh.
4
Okay.
threats and a triumph.
4 threats. Okay. Now, you can't being over holocom also doesn't help any. It seems that their jammer is not affecting their own frequency, so it is still a pretty solid image. But the minute details are a little bit harder to pick out, and Lawrence isn't exactly a big sociable guy, anyways, to begin with.
Nope.
But
Not his wheelhouse.
so you're not sure if there's any malicious intent or not. You don't know these people. They look like you, but that doesn't mean anything. And you know that your late father certainly wasn't a big fan of, and he mentioned the ascendancy. Your father wasn't a big fan of them either. What would you like your triumph to be, though? And if you want a specific piece of information on this conversation, I can certainly give you that.
Nothing really comes to mind.
I will tell you this then. You know, deep inside you somewhere, that by the questions asked, has something to do with the Force for sure. Your sensitivity to it, your ability to use it, and you can't exactly do any of those things if you're incapacitated, dead, or anything else of the sort. And you have this little ember that flicks into your mind as you're talking about this, and he mentions being able to leave this planet. Of that desire that Lawrence has to actually be off of Femar and back in the galaxy at large.
Which is actually Lawrence's emotional weakness. His
I
obsession over leaving female.
I know. I know.
We rolled Lawrence on the obligation table.
Lawrence is gonna look over to like the masters. Do you agree with him? Do you think if we work together, that's our best shot to get off of this planet?
Maybe. But there's no guarantees here. What's the catch? Can you provide safe passage for everybody on Point Riptide?
I'm afraid not.
Why not? You certainly have a big enough ship, looks like.
Now, he can't necessarily look back up and gaze at the size of the ship from this personal standpoint, considering he's on it.
Looks at the back of it.
Looks over the wrong shoulder. Well, as always, at my core, I am a businessman. I'm sure deals of such suitable nature could be made for the passage of the people on Point Riptide.
Well, I mean, what do you need from me to make that happen?
Well, I'll need you to come aboard. We'll have to run a few tests. And if everything checks out, you'll be the last piece of the puzzle.
What about this war? These three brothers.
Seems to be a local matter.
Well, we can't just leave everybody here to face that. Air superiority is a very useful thing to have.
As it is.
You got any working guns on that thing?
Be it as it may, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm quick to jump into this conflict. There are forces of nature at play here that can threaten even a vessel such as mine. And I would much prefer not to get involved in such entanglements.
Insight check.
Sure. What are you looking for?
Is he already involved in such entanglements?
Alright, so it'll be perception. It'll be that same check. It'll be 3 reds, a purple. But I'm gonna bring those thread over and slide 2 setback die on there as well.
All right, 3 reds, a purple, a threat,
And 2
setback?
2 setbacks, yeah.
Wow.
Golly, man.
Dang.
What?
That's my
Is this luck?
Oh no, 2 setbacks, not 2 boosts. 2 black die.
I see.
Oh, damn.
We still win these.
Historically, we do.
We do. 2 success and a
So
threat.
it'd still be
yeah.
1 success. Oh yeah, 2 success.
Yeah, 2 success and a threat. Yeah, so let's see, Gazir. Is he involved in this already? You know, power can be such a lucrative thing. Um, and you find it maybe hard to believe that a man that, from your own personal dealings in the past and from what he said already, focusing on, trade power and things like that, you find it maybe hard to believe that he's not in some way connected to this already.
Fishy.
Was that a pun? Fishy?
I guess so. Unintentionally.
Yeah.
So you've had nothing to do with the goings about on this world so far?
Well, I would be lying if I said that, considering you yourself, Gazir, have worked with us in the past.
Well, yes. I mean, specifically pertaining to the brothers.
I would also be lying if I said none of them have approached me for business dealings.
But you've turned them all away.
Perhaps.
Lawrence, it's your choice. We're not going to sway you one way or the other, but his forthrightness speaks for itself.
So out of character, I remember some snippet of when Lawrence was looking at the journal,
Mm-hmm.
and we learned about striding,
Mm-hmm.
and that you can transport like a large number of people,
Mm-hmm.
and it would be the only other way that Lawrence can think of to get everyone off of Femar.
Mhm.
So I think I'd like to make a discipline check to see if Lawrence believes in the capability of the Force.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Interesting. Interesting. Is that shit real?
Like,
Is that shit real?
is it
Ooh.
worth taking the gamble, or do we just work with him?
That's crazy.
What seems to be more of a sure thing.
Yeah, man. Get your discipline pool. I'm gonna definitely say it's just an average check. Add your force die.
Okay. Oh boy. Oh yeah, right. 2 now. Ooh, wow. I think I'll just use the 2 light side, which would give me 1 success.
Bingo.
And so Lawrence kind of thinks for a second and goes, actually, I looks over to the masters. I think we'll be able to manage by ourselves. Why trade when you can just, give?
Hmm. I'm sorry to hear that. Swaps over to Chis. Lawrence, you understand this, of course. He turns to his lieutenant. Seize them. Bring the child unharmed. And after he says that, holocom heads down. We're gonna go ahead and roll initiative real quick.
Uh,
Oh,
My
boy.
lightsaber's dead. Fuck.
No! Oh, yes!
Negative.
All right, so hold on. Let me. Have I done this in the
We're being
new?
cool. Yeah, we're being cool.
Actually, no.
Or
You
we
guys
being
are. You guys
vigilant.
are gonna be. You guys are gonna be
Being vigilant.
vigilant. Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. I think. Let me see here. I don't know if I've used this on the new table yet or not. Oh, okay. So whenever you open up y'all's little roller table, whenever you click your skills, you're gonna hit add to initiative, and that will add you to the initiative order. So you guys will be vigilance. Lawrence, you'll actually be cool because you understood, and then these other guys will be cool as well.
Ooh, 4 success.
Let me see.
Chris, don't forget about your 4C power. Do you have that bought for your initiative yet?
Oh.
You're welcome. I'll spot you. So I'm
I fucked up.
big
Yeah, I fucked
homie.
I don't think I fucked
I do
up.
not. Oh, wait.
Oh, actually, I guess that would be vigilance.
Oh, I do. Nice. I'm just going to do this separately. That's actually, it's going to fuck everything up. Yeah, you know what? Count me as 7 successes.
Okay.
I have to
Can do.
roll,
Can
I'm
do.
first.
I do have to step out though. I think it's easy enough to roll as my character though, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I
can
can
click on
do
your
that.
shoes.
That's no problem.
Yeah, sorry.
Wait, is it Noah? Noah? Is that like you're out for good or?
Yeah,
Oh, damn. Okay.
I know. Sorry, guys. I'll leave my
Bye,
game on.
Noah.
Godspeed,
Noah.
brother.
Godspeed.
Unlucky.
Unlucky indeed.
Molly's
we got him.
nibbling on a stool again.
We had him for 2 hours.
That's true. That's true. Okay. And
Whoa.
there we go. All right. Now we can change back to this original tune. Which one was I using? This one?
You were using.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. All right. So now this will be our initiative order. Really, I should have jumped one on, but we'll leave it as is. You guys are battle hardened, of course. So our first PC slot. Wait, we need one more. We're missing one from the order. Oh, Noah rolled. No, it didn't roll to the table. That's 3 successes though, which should tie here. So this is what we'll do. We'll add this slot. We'll change this to a PC, and we'll change this to an NPC. Perfect.
That's crazy. It shows all of the. It shows like the rolls as well.
Which
Pretty
man?
cool. Like if you hover on the top right, if you hover, it'll show like 4 success.
Oh
3
shit!
success,
Oh, that's
3
pretty cool.
success. Yeah.
All right, so first PC slot.
Allow me, brothers. I'm opening up big. I'm saber swarming.
Your saber swarm.
Yeah. I think. Hold on.
Say it isn't so.
Suffer 1 strain to have the next agility lightsaber combat check this turn. Gain the linked quality equal to force rating during the check. Okay. So lightsaber and linked is
Link.
it does it.
Well, linked you have to activate each quality with 2 advantages or a triumph.
Okay.
So you would
Okay.
have what, link 3?
Yeah.
You would need 6 advantages to activate all of them, but that would mean you got 4 hits. So you have to
Okay.
hit and then activate linked, which deals base damage, not your success
Yeah,
damage.
yeah.
So you'll deal the big hit, and then if you activate linked, it's base damage. again. Now you do have, it is a minion group and a rival. So you have the lieutenant and then the separate. So you have two targets to actively focus, if you will.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go for the minion group first. Will it just be 2 purple?
With your saber, yes. Well, you're short range away, so we'll go ahead and use some movement to get to engaged, I would assume.
Yes.
And yes, their melee will just be 2 purples, but I gotta upgrade one of those bad boys.
I'm also gonna upgrade one of those bad boys.
Boo! So it'll be a red and a purple.
Nice. Pink. Ooh. Unlucky.
Oh man, Savo's rusty.
I am.
So Savo, you spring into action as he says that. You can only assume that it didn't sound good. So you spring into action. You cover the gap in probably 2 striding steps. The saber comes out, and immediately they scatter to the 4 winds. Whew. So as you're swinging, I mean, immediately they're diving to the snow. They're rolling out of the way. So as you're twirling and swinging the blade around you, you're just barely missing, singeing parts of their uniform, catching parts of like the top sights of some of their carbines. You have 3 advantages. What would you like to do with them?
I would like to pass them to the next slot.
Okay, so next PC will have 2 boost die. The next PC slot.
That'll be me.
Go ahead, Balan. Go ahead. All right, get into action, Balan. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be going for the minion group.
Okay, so
How
will
far
you?
am I from again?
You are short range away from both groups, from the minions and the rival.
All right, cool. I run over to the minion group and I pull out my pole arm and I try doing a little slide maneuver and see if I can spear one of them.
All right, go ahead. It'll be
Alright.
2 purples, and you'll have your 2 boost die.
Let's
There we go.
dude.
All right. What would you like to use for your advantages? Remember, you can activate. You can activate weapon qualities.
Crit.
Okay, yes, you have enough to crit. Very good.
Let's go, dude.
All right. So, let's see. That is 6 damage. So 7 damage. First and foremost. So, they will take. Oh, whoops. They will take. Very good. Ooh, but you do crit. So, Balan, important question.
Okay.
Is this Balan's first real combat with people actively trying to, like, actual people trying to harm him?
Is it?
You guys squared off with, like, the Corestians, but I
The
don't
crazy
know.
dude.
Yeah, with the Cressians.
We
Yeah,
never,
but, like,
we never really, like, fought
Not
them,
people,
though.
people, yeah.
Well, the
Yeah, it's always
Corestians are
been like
people.
animals and
Corrupted beasts.
Because the
you're right.
Corestians really were that was more social for you guys.
Yeah, you're right. So it is.
Okay.
I mean, you
So, Balan. Let's see, that's 1 toasted. There we go. So, Balan. After Master Sabo just jumps into action, 2 of them get split off. One's just covering or recovering to like a kneeling position and is leveling his carbine towards Master Sabo. You spring into action. A little sliding stab action with the poleaxe. And it finds true, buddy. I mean, it's through his chest. Ooh!
blood.
Oh,
And oh yes, so this sort of mauve purplish blood sprays out and starts leaking out of this guy. But that doesn't slow you down yet. No time to think about it now because people are in danger. So you bring it back to bear, sort of pick back up to your feet from your slide as your momentum carries you. You're able to pull the poleaxe back free, gather in sort of a half-half, and just chop it over. And you barely, the guy turns his head to you. He's barely able to get out of the way from falling to you as well. So yes, Balan has struck true on 2 of these minions, and that'll push us to our next PC slot.
Get absolutely fucked.
This action will have consequences. God, I think about it. Blood, to this extent, has got to be such a rare sight in the galaxy when you're fighting, because it's always just like
outside of the underworld,
Yeah.
But even that is mostly blasters. So I mean, you see some nasty impact cauterizations and stuff like that. But
sure,
guys like leaking blood is definitely more rare than otherwise.
That's crazy.
Wild.
So who's next?
Can I be
Nobody
either
wants it.
one?
Hmm?
Can I be any of my PCs here?
You'll be firmly in the opposite.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice try.
Fuck. Go ahead, Garrett. I've been daydreaming this whole time.
Well, yeah, I think Nox will go up to meet the lieutenant. Yep, ignites the saber and the energy or the shield gauntlet. And we're just gonna take him out.
All right. Normally, he's adversary 1, so normally be a red and a purple. I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade one of them bad boys. And it'll be 2 reds.
Right. Yeah, that'll do. Make 2 success, 3 advantage. I believe that's enough to crit. Yep, it's a crit 2.
Crit 2. All right. What do you want to do with your? Well, what's your damage first of all?
The damage is 8 base, 10 total.
Oof. All right. So we will get to roll the crit. Hallelujah.
And I think I'll pass a boost with the. You can do boost with 1 advantage.
Yes, you can
1
pass it to the
advantage,
next slot with 1, and then you can target with 2.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay. So. And let's see here. Where's my roll crit for this PC? There we go. Ooh. Oh, it doesn't show on the thing, but he is bowled over.
Let's
Target
go.
is knocked prone and suffers a strain. And he's a rival, so he doesn't have strain, so it goes to his wounds. So, Nox, what does that look like? He's not
think,
down. He's not incapacitated, but you do take him off his feet for sure.
Mm-hmm. I think as soon as like the scuffle of feet sound happens, he like jumps in, ignites both, like a couple like short slashes, and then just like that spinning back heel kick, and just lays him out.
Ooh, and he is in fact singe him just barely. I mean, he's lucky to have his head attached to his body, but he's definitely probably has not seen this level of combat, especially not against people of your caliber. And that back heel catches him square in the lower sternum. You can feel it flex, bend, and snap underneath your boot. And he lands straight on his ass.
Fuck yeah.
All right. That's my NPC slots. Naturally, they must go after the guy with the most deadly weapon in the galaxy. So they are going to target you, Savo.
God.
They are engaged with you with light weapons, so it will increase their difficulty. Do you have any range defense?
I do not.
Okay. So that'll be 3 purples for them. And hey, we got all these points. You know I'm spending them.
Amen.
Okay. And we
Wait a
will
minute. Wait a minute.
Go ahead. I was just about to click. You barely caught me in time. Barely.
Okay, it's after. Okay.
Okay, after. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Ooh, 1 failure, 3 advantages. So, with these short stubbed carbines and pistols, immediately these yellow blaster bolts begin flying out. The sounds and the burnt ozone smell immediately starts filling y'all's nostrils, but they don't quite fall true. 3 advantages. They'll go ahead and slide 2 setbacks to the next. Actually, you know what? They'll go ahead and help their lieutenant out. They'll pass the boost dice to him. Very good. That's all they can do.
I'm ducking and dodging.
And that you are. I mean, and outside of that, you have a saber. So the shots that even are getting close to you or to Balan, you're reaching out, you're deflecting those. They're getting parried. I mean, they're getting sent everywhere. Nothing's even close to touching you. And the officer from his back, with Nox bearing down on him, is gonna unleash a deluge of blaster fire from his sidearm. He'll use one of it. He's gonna stay prone, so he'll use one of his maneuvers to aim.
I do have 2 deflect. It's a 2 range defense.
Oh, very good. He is, even though he's prone, he's technically still engaged with you. So that is 3 for him and 2 range defense. Big dice pool. Here we go.
You.
Ooh. Oh man.
Nice. What a roll.
Being blind sucks.
Yeah, it's not great.
Being blind does suck indeed.
It's okay for hand-to-hand combat, but range.
Makes it a little bit tougher. But Nox, saying that, it still might not matter. That is 8 damage to you pre-soak. Is that enough?
It is. I take 2.
Oh, Jesus. So you tank these. So you're still advancing toward him, and he's literally rapid firing. It seems like it's has a full auto on it, so he's just holding down the trigger and just belching this yellow blaster fire out at you. And you're able to get most of it away from your center mass. One does catch you on the shoulder, just a little bit. I mean, you've had way worse. That's nothing. He does have 3 threat though. So he is at his threshold as well. So as you continue to approach toward him, you raise the blade up, and he immediately passes out. So he takes the 3 strain. He's over his threshold. However, with his triumph, he's going to click something on his belt, and a small autocannon is going to drop out of the front, or the bottom of the cockpit, and swivel towards you guys.
Oh, fuck.
Oh man.
So go ahead and add that NPC slot right there. And this will be the next PC slot. Which it'll be either Appa, it'll be you, and then I'll take Gazir for the last one. Or one of you guys can take a 0 for the last one. It doesn't matter to me.
How far am I from
Short range from everybody.
the ship?
The ship. Well, now you guys are
with his gun out.
to get on. You would be medium range to get into the like up the ramp. So it'd take you 2 maneuvers to get on board.
2 maneuvers, and then it would take me like another. Could it be an action to disable the gun, or I guess there's somebody in there on it?
Maybe. It would take. I'll tell you this. It would take you 2 maneuvers to get on the ship and figure out what's going on up in there. But yes, Appa, you definitely, as you're like, oh, you see, and
so everybody's fighting. Appa's just walking around. Appa's making a play somewhere else.
We're looking for the. We're trying to make the info play.
The first time they started shooting, I was catching hot ones, so I learned my lesson.
Oh yeah, Appa was in a war zone. I forgot about that.
Sketching myself together.
Appa shaved 2 kids.
He did.
Hell yeah. Is 2 strain to take second maneuver?
It is, yes. 2 strain for a second maneuver.
I will double maneuver to meander my way into this ship.
So
and try to discern this.
You're at as fast a pace as little Appa can go. So everybody else is caught up. You get up on there. It's a very simple shuttle design. It's not a lambda. It does look a little bit different. It's sort of like a crescent moon with one of the like points longer than the other, and the cockpit's right in the middle. So it's a straight through shot. Like it has this cargo bay or like the loading area. Seems everything's down right now, and the cockpit door is open. And whenever you get your way up in there, there is a guy like with one of the headsets on, still looks to be a pilot, still like at the seat.
We can go ahead and guess that he's controlling the gun. That's not some fucky shit. I can't really. Yeah, why not? It'd be fun. I only have so much poison in the reservoir. I'd like to keep it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take my cane and pull this one.
Yeah. Here's me, Sonny.
I love Appa.
So hey, it's just it's 2 purple. And I'm gonna say he's preoccupied. Like he's seems to be doing something. So I'll give you the boost die for that, and then I'm gonna give you a free boost die for the visual. So
Let's go.
2 purple is 2 boost die, and then it'll be with your cane. So I think it's a melee check with your cane.
Yeah.
Oh, and you'll actually have 2 more boost die from Nox as well. So go ahead and roll those 2.
Let's go.
Let Pawpaw show you what his cane do.
So Epitomon, you get behind this guy, but excuse me, Sonny. Put that over him and just start cranking on him. What would you like to do with your 2 advantages?
Shit, minor change in the scene.
Can be, yes, can be.
Nah, I'm good. I'll pass boost die.
Now you can pass a boost die, or you can pass a setback die to the NPC slot.
Yeah. I just noticed these 3rd. All right, yeah.
Okay, so Let me.
I have the option to pass it straight to you. Insert new. Convert.
You can, yes. I need to add this guy in here real quick. There we go. Okay. And the cane's +2 damage. I know it says 2, but it should be.
Yeah.
Okay. So your strength is your bronze also 2?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, hallelujah. That's just
Doing some
enough.
damage.
That's just enough to climb up over his soak. So he's so it's not quite on his neck. He's able to like pull down on it, and you guys are jostling for control now.
Yeah.
And
Not today.
do one of you guys want Gazir, or do you guys want me to rock and roll on him?
Yeah, shoot
You
yourself.
do it.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of such things.
Let the Lord take
Let's
control.
see. Let's see. Guy. Oh, he's got a shard blade, dude.
Shard blade.
Yeah, he's got his shard blade.
He has his soul sword. Yes. Um. But
Strange. It appears like it's out of mist and it's wet.
Zir, that guy's sword made his eyes fall out. What the fuck?
yeah. Huh. Let's
We haven't
see
seen
here.
one of these in action yet.
And you won't,
Yeah.
because Gazir doesn't.
Oh.
Gazir ain't
Gazir
got it on.
shreds.
Gazir ain't got it on his sheet yet. But you know what he does have?
The dark thing.
The dark stick. That's correct.
Yeah.
So, he's gonna come join the fray over here with the minions. Make melee attack here. So he'll move and make his attack here. Nice and easy. Love this dice pool. This is a classic dice pool right here.
Let's go.
Hey, hallelujah. He'll take. Oh, I can't affect. Can I affect this table anymore? No, I can't. That's okay. He'll take a strain. That's fine. That'll be all right. But one success has Pierce 1, Vicious 2, and it is +3, so it'll be 6 damage to the minion group. So they will take 3. And Gazir joins the battle with the dark stick from some of the Corestians and carves a sweet sickle cut into one of these guys as he's starting to bear down on Balan, arresting Balan for his poleaxe control, but is able to cut him up. Once again, man, we're low tech right now. There's blood everywhere. It is this sort of mauve purple blood is starting to fill this ice. It's getting slicked, melting some of the leftover snow as one of these other minions falls.
In another dimension, Corn smiles.
And this guy really wants to shoot his gun, the autocannon, but he is currently getting rock and rolled by an old guy with a cane, so he's gonna worry about that first, naturally. He doesn't have fuck it. He's gonna pull his service sidearm and just start trying to like wrest control and start trying to get you off of him. Just wild shots going loose as you drop a hand from the cane, trying to arrest control from him. Did you sent me a setback?
I did.
Okay, good. So I'll have this setback.
Nice.
So he'll go ahead and take 2 strain from this. So you see him like take one hand off the cane as he's trying to like roll himself out of the chair, but you've got him pretty pinned. He like snakes his arm down to his holster on the side, manages to unclip it, pulls it. You like jam the cane down on his arm. It just blasters start blasting all around. It ricochets a couple of times off of it, but nobody's any worse for wear. And we are back to the top. I believe it's Savo.
That is Savo. All right, so Lieutenant's down. We still have minions?
2 minions up, yes.
And what of the turret?
You take a quick glance back. You swear you see Appa in there wrestling with a guy for his pistol.
And
But,
is the turret still...
It is not still moving, no.
Huh. I'm still going to dash over to the ship and try and sunder the turret barrel.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. The ship I think is silhouette 4. So I think it makes it a simple check. So you just have to you got to do enough damage and have the advantages to activate it. So yeah, go ahead and roll your check.
Simple?
So yeah, no difficulty.
Okay.
So you'll need, I'll tell you right now. Okay, how much damage is that total?
Let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, and it
then,
has, and yeah, wait, yeah, you have your saber, and it ignores, it has, not pierce, but it has, what's the word? Breach, yes! Is it breach, breach 1 or 2?
Breach 1, and sunder.
So sunder's the destructive quality. You have enough advantages to activate it.
Okay.
Yeah, so with breach 1.
Oh, wait, I was wrong. That's my old lightsaber. It's actually 11 damage.
So I was just about to say, with breach you ignore 1 armor, which is 10 soak.
Yeah.
You dealt 11 damage, which is just, you deal 1 point of damage, which is enough to activate the hit. So you activate that, and with that, and because, hey, we're awesome. Now, normally it only damages at 1 step, but you slide over, quick side slice through, and the whole barrel drops to the ground. This little autocannon falls to the ice and snow inert.
Nice. All right.
Yeah. Next PC slot, which is Balan, I believe.
Is me? How many minions are left in the group?
2 minions left.
Alright, man. I go ahead and I do a fucking sticky force leap and try to like dragoon strike down on one of the last guys.
Very cool. Now, are you wanting to add your enhanced die to this? Oh, you can't yet. That's just for your movement. Beautiful flavor. Yes, I love it. Make your attack roll 2 purples.
Yes.
I forgot you had the enhanced tree, but you have it all in leap.
Right.
And take a boost die too. It won't give you 2 successes, but roll a boost die too, because that's just swag.
Alright, hold up. So 1 failure, 7 advantages.
Well, you just one boost die. You got out of hand.
Oh, I thought you said 2. My bad.
No, you're good, goat. You want the 2 advantages or 1 success?
I just re-rolled the 1.
Oh, beautiful. That'll work. So you have 6 advantages. Balan, they're fighting for their life. You're ducking out of their line. You're pushing barrels away. You and Gazir get back to back for a little while before you take to the sky, and you just One's coming at you. You leap straight up above him, come back down. He's barely able to action roll out of the way. What do you want to do with your 6 advantages?
I want to give. Let me see here. With 6 advantages, can I say that what was it? The floor being slippery from blood. Whenever those guys got out of the way from my swing, they just fell over and fucking knocked themselves out. or they got knocked prone.
You know what? This is pretty much a foregone conclusion already. So yes, I'll say absolutely. You leap up, and it's an absolute mayhem. These guys run into each other. You clip some down. You and Gazir knock hilts on heads, and they fall over unconscious in the snow. Good news, Appa, you choked this guy out. So the blaster falls out of his hand on the floor. He's limp in the chair.
We have a ship.
I sit down. If there's a chair.
Only one chair in the cockpit of this one, so you just roll the guy out of it.
You don't need that, buddy.
I'd like to search this lieutenant.
Okay. Well, what are you looking for in particular? Are you looking for something specific?
Some sort of access card or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a it'll be a little perception check, a little average difficulty, 2 purples.
Nice. Ooh.
You're like, so yeah, that's how these military types work. They have access cards and things like that.
Yeah.
Start patting this guy down. Seems to be pretty slim pickings on him. Doesn't even have any credits that you can swipe or anything like that. But yeah.
Well. Okay.
So we're gonna take the ship and fly over the bridge and then drop Nox down on top and let him cut a hole in and
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Are we about to fucking air assault this fucking ship?
Cut through 36 inches of Durasteel.
That worked really well in episode 1. Nothing bad ever happens to anybody trying to do that.
Where are those droideka? They're still coming.
So? Yeah, what do you guys want to do?
I think we got to get on the ship and boot, scoot, and boogie.
Are you taking anybody with you? Or still 3
dude.
that are technically alive?
I think we take the lieutenant.
Technically 4, yeah. The lieutenant is still alive, yeah. He's in bad shape, but he's unconscious.
I think we'll lug the lieutenant, dump the pilot out.
We get the sweet circle cut of the Jazz from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air getting tossed out of the back of the pull the weapons from Lieutenant Tavor. And I would say they probably have some binders. Rifle through the bay real quick. Definitely find some binders or some synth rope or whatever to tie them up with.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the proverbial keys are in this thing. So looking out. It doesn't seem like any other ships have departed yet. And this has all happened fast. I mean, this has been within 5 minutes, you know.
We should probably make contact with the captain. See what he thinks of the situation, maybe.
Gloating's always cool.
I mean, he did kind of just go, yeah, you 5 can definitely take this 7. He didn't even think twice about it.
Might make him re-examine his position.
He had no idea we were capable of. He just said that.
I don't know. This guy should be some sort of military-minded guy.
Yeah, but did he
Surely
have
he
the info
knows.
that we were blicked up? That we have 3 blickies with us?
I mean, surely.
He knew Lawrence was force sensitive. Did he know we had lightsabers? If he didn't, he does now.
Maybe our bargaining chip has gotten a little bit more weighty.
Well, regardless of all these philosophical questions, you guys are on board the ship. Are you taking off it? And where are you going, if so?
We're powwowing at the ramp real quick.
Yes.
So, guys,
The cargo
what are we
bay.
doing,
What the fuck are we doing?
Yes, and south.
All right.
We need to make it to the Riptide.
Intercept course for the Justicar.
Yeah, very good. I would assume we're shoving Roz behind the yoke.
100%.
Of course.
He's the best pilot in the galaxy.
That's the kid from Glee, dude.
Truly is the best.
He rolls his eyes.
Hey, don't do any of those crazy tricks you did on that course back on what was the planet?
That was on Nalhutta.
Don't do any crazy tricks you did on Nalhutta.
I don't think this ship can do that.
Yeah, let's not find out.
Yeah.
I am gonna find out how fast it goes though.
Oh baby.
Hey, Raj, you pin this bad boy, and it's not fast. It is very much a shuttle. I think it has speed 3 in atmosphere. But yeah, Raj, you're pretty much. This is not unsimilar to like on Chandrilla. You know, one night you might have accidentally ended up behind you know, a tug ship or something like that. Not on Chandrilla. That's your own. Back on Glee, you might have ended up behind on the wheel of a little barge or something like that. Got bored, snuck out one night, pushing an old 1,000 torque motor, 100 horsepower as far as it can go. Feels a lot like that. You're definitely you're flying a brick, no doubt.
Driving with 2 fingers.
Lean 2 fingers on a yoke, talking through the cockpit while we go.
What's the ship doing? What's the big ship doing?
Well, you guys are flying away from it. Looking on your, Raz getting his little sensors active in the cockpit. Doesn't seem like they're altering course or moving as of now, and no other blips have showed up on the radar on the sensors.
I'm gonna say it. This is too easy. Something's going on here.
They certainly didn't expect us to be as strong as we are. I mean, they only sent them expecting to find us in the vault.
Or are they? Do they already know where the Riptide is?
I'm sure they do.
'Cause, I mean,
I don't feel too bad bringing the ship back to the Riptide, even if it does have a locator chip in it. If we really worried about it, then we can dump it in the ocean. Get in the Justicon.
Did we do a full sweep of the cargo bay?
Absolutely not. But Raj up there calls back through the open cockpit as you guys are talking about, you know, tracking location beacons and stuff like that. pulls open, like rips one of the panels off, digs in the wires. There's definitely one in there.
Lawrence, you mind taking a whack at it?
Yeah.
Maybe get
Yeah,
rid of that
sorry.
thing.
I think Lawrence is kind of shaken. 'Cause, like he just kind of stood there while everyone just like.
Speaking
For
of
Lawrence!
speaking of being shaken, Balan, how are we feeling, man? As the adrenaline dump finally gets away from you, you're sitting in this backloading bay while everybody's talking next plans, and you guys have a captive who's just now kind of lulling awake. He's very much still incapacitated, can't take any actions or anything, but his eyes are like flittering open.
Yeah, kind of freaked out, in a sense. Just whole
You
situation pretty intense. He already knew like what fighting would entail and stuff. Just the actual nitty and gritty of it kind of put him aback a bit.
you look down, you've got some sweet blood spray across the front of your clothes, like right pec to chest or right pec to like shoulder.
Fucking metal. I mean, Balan's not thrilled about it, but I think it's badass.
So yeah, Lawrence, if you want to
Yeah.
try and unwrap, yes, it will be computers. It's not going to be a freebie. It'll be 2 reds and a purple. Pull this thing without any tools.
Would it make sense to use mechanics instead? Because that I have a yellow in.
Yeah, I would say yeah. It's not technically in any databases or anything. It's more hands-on. So yeah, it's not like located in any software or anything. So yeah,
Sweet. Sorry, what was the difficulty again?
2 reds and a purple.
Alright.
Sounds like you got some like
Ooh.
old fighting music in your background.
Oh yeah, I kind of do. I didn't have time to download Spotify on here yet.
My man.
Do.
Great.
My man.
Skip Spotify. Download League.
Hey. So Lawrence, you're like, oh yeah, you're like, I can do this. Now this is not tech you're super familiar with. The age of it is very familiar to data pads and some of the terminals that you guys salvaged from the Riptide, like whenever your dad was making the schoolhouse and everything. So it's not completely foreign to you, but it does have a different slant on it, like it's from somewhere else. But eventually you think you find it, and you see that where it's connected to, and you're like, okay, if I can reroute this, bypass, do a couple little bypass wire routes, and eventually yank the one to be able to pull the beacon off, and immediately you guys start losing pitch.
Oh,
And Raz is like, oh kid, hey, plug that back in. Whoa! So as like the gravity's like starts pulling you up, you fumble with your hands, stick it back together, and Raz is able to pull back on the stick.
Oh.
All right.
So everybody in the back gets a little vertigo bump, lands back down on their seat.
My hip.
No, sorry there, Papa. Well, hey, I think I'm pretty sure I got it. Barring that hiccup.
Huh. Okay. In character knowledge? Yes, sir.
No, Lawrence, I would say that whenever you plugged it back in, it's definitely still connected, like the actual physical beacon on it, and it's still blinking. So you think it's probably still active. So you're not. I would say you probably don't think you got it.
Well, actually, scratch that. Yeah, I can't do anything with this.
Oh. They probably already know what Riptide is, so the pots on this ship could be pretty useful.
I agree with you on that. And get Jukeby to rip this thing apart and then go dump it.
Uh,
And I
What's
hope they're
next?
all right.
Well, G2 is still on a crash course to the north.
Yeah.
So
probably need to get in touch with him. I'll hit him on the holocom, let him know.
you're good. So you personal or ship?
Personal.
Personal.
Definitely
So-
personal.
So yeah, you pull yours out. Where do you tell G2 to go? You want him to head back to Riptide? Or do you guys want to ship swap or
I think I want him to still link up with us, and we can chart a course and stay over the water so that he can stay with us in case something happens.
Okay, for sure. That will
I think
work.
that's a prudent idea.
Absolutely. So you finish that conversation, and Roz, eventually your little terminal on the dashboard lights up. Seems they just forced their way through because you didn't get a request. Same visage of Captain Occivlo pops up. Doesn't seem to have moved from anywhere. Sort of regards you. Well, I was hoping for a display from the boy. But I suppose a confirmation of your elder's powers is worthwhile enough.
You didn't believe? You didn't think it was true?
Seeing is believing, and rumors can often be overblown with types such as these.
Well, let me tell you some truth, Jess. I know you're trying to get out of here. You probably need the things that we got to get out of here. You might need Lawrence. But if you're going to pick a side with these brothers, just try to stay out of the way. You know, keep your nose out of it long enough, we take care of them. We might take you back with us.
Such generous offer. Try to leave my shuttle in as coherent a piece as possible once you're through with it.
It might fly when you get it back.
With that, disappears. And you guys are able to get your sensors active, pierce through some of the water as you leave the glaciers behind from the pole. You can tell that the Justicar is underneath you guys on your sensor readout. And I believe we're heading back to Riptide. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
That was too easy. I don't trust it.
You guys are heroes, man. What do you mean?
He wanted to see our blickies, dude.
I don't like it.
He wanted to see Lawrence unleash and lightning strike his entire crew.
You wanted to see me do what?
Now,
We haven't
now the
gotten- we haven't
cockpit
gotten
is
there yet.
the cockpit is open, so you guys heard that whole conversation. It's not a big ship, so you guys are definitely able to hear everything that went through.
Yeah, Lawrence, these guys really want you. You're not hiding any crazy capabilities from us, are you? It'd be
No,
good to
I
know it
mean-
now.
I'm not a fighter. I mean,
Well,
not.
that's good.
I mean, we did the basic training. I mean, course, but I mean, I did recently discover, this little trick, and I like levitate my or force move my data pad.
Whoa!
That's pretty good.
So,
Lawrence.
Lawrence, as you do that, you notice that the lieutenant is fully awake and is watching.
Mm.
Now his eyes don't go wide or anything like that. He's probably fresh at 30. Not a super young guy, but definitely seems to probably be a newer junior officer. Looks at you, and he'll keep it in basic for everybody's enjoyment. What the captain's talking about is latent. If you can do that, you have it.
But what is it? None of this had to happen. If your captain was upfront about what he needed and was more, I don't know, agreeable, none of those people had to have gotten hurt.
Perhaps you're right. I won't sit here and say I'm privy to all the knowledge that goes on. What I do know is that I've been here since I was a boy. And we have finally collected the pieces we need to be able to go home. To return to the Ascendancy. We have nobody. And he says a word here in tune, in Chiss, which is Azali Esaimbo, which he translates to Skywalker. The Chiss that are force sensitive have it. But from what the captain has said, and from what we've seen, it fades after adolescence. Not just it, but any latent sensitivity that they may possess. And try as we might, the few that we possessed have all aged out, and none of their children have borne the power.
So he wasn't lying.
He doesn't often do that. Lie. But you all know this. It was not easy to fly here, was it? In fact, it's hardly believable you flew here at all. Navicomputers and galactic maps. Beyond their capability to get through the Red Nebula.
You need a navigator. Red Nebula is a force entity, and only a force user can make it through. Interesting.
No normal man could.
Master Savo, do you know anything about this latent power? Heard anything?
I don't think Salvo would have. No, I don't know, Lawrence. It's
Maybe
had a
Gregory
vision.
will.
well, isn't Gregory dead?
He is, yeah.
Oh, out of character.
Out of
I'm
character.
not talking about your dead dad in front of you. Come on, dude.
Yes, Dr. Gregory has passed. Yes.
All I know is I had a vision and heard him say something about Skywalker, and I thought it might be you. It was just a feeling, but I guess I was right. I don't know what it is or what they really do, or how they do it.
I feel like I made the wrong decision. If I would have just went, none of those people would have gotten hurt. I would have learned this latent thing that this captain apparently knows about. I don't know.
You're still here, and they're still here. Once we deal with all this stuff with the brothers, maybe we can try again. They're not getting anywhere without you.
Yeah. That's a good point.
They still need you, and they know you won't go over just easily. They know they need to bring more to the table if they want help.
Yeah, consider this a negotiation tactic.
Yeah.
You never take the first offer.
That's what caused that job on Taurus, man. You gotta be
Hey.
you gotta be smarter than that.
Speaking of, I'll walk over to Balan and put my hand on her shoulder. How you feeling, buddy?
Oh, hanging in there. I just feel a little conflicted, Master Savo. I know what we did was necessary, but I still can't shake the fact that me inflicting such bodily harm on our supposed enemies was, entirely just.
It's a difficult thing to do to take somebody's life. There's
But wasn't there another way?
There's always another way. It just depends if the path is open to us.
we do what we have to, and we live with the consequences.
Yeah, I like to say they were just following orders.
Yeah.
And I was gonna have a Roz line too. So with that, I think Roz probably also brings up the fact that they were gonna kill your friends.
True.
They weren't shooting to stun, kid.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all are right.
You should meditate on this. Search your feelings.
Yeah, I will, Master Savo. I go off and sulk.
You move 3 seats down to the corner of the bed.
I think Appa's searching his feelings right now.
Yeah.
Old man slump.
Said to fight for his life. Tired.
Lieutenant Tavor speaks up again. Your friends at the Riptide may not take too kindly to me.
Nah, don't worry, dude. They're gonna be a little more upset with me than they are to see you.
Why do you say that though?
Well, I was but a child whenever we arrived. We were dispatched originally to return one of the adjudicators back to Scylla. And whenever we arrived, he and the others, when Point Riptide was still in its youth, were quite unwilling to part with him.
Was that Cliff Olan Kulteth?
Alon Cliff Kultep, yes.
Ah, you just named
you
it
know
a
of
little
him?
confusing. My master was good friends with him.
I see.
Or a part of my master, I guess. Shoot Raz a little look.
Master Savo, what does that mean?
Horcruxes, Lawrence. Horcruxes.
I'll tell you later. It's complicated.
Well, you know. I'll talk later, Chris. But well, Lieutenant continues. Things got ugly, and we decided it was best to stay on opposite hemispheres of the planet. Not that we could do anything otherwise damage to our ship from supposedly your master and his friend was quite extensive.
How did you weather that force storm?
Ships that are constructed for space often do quite well in environmental hazards.
I like that.
They had force sensitives with them during the storm. So did.
Ours is a very different understanding than perhaps what appears to be going on at your academy.
Sounds a lot more like tools.
Considering we lose ours at 15, it is nothing but a tool. And a temporary one at that.
Did you say 15?
I did.
Hey Lawrence, when's your birthday, buddy?
Tomorrow.
I think. What day is it?
Pong's Day.
Pong's Day,
Oh my god.
I mean, it's not far off.
Perhaps it is different from one not raised on Scylla or within the Ascendancy. Perhaps not.
But I mean, in any case, I did. The reason I said no was because I think we have another way to get us out of here. Not just us, all of the Riptide. But it's going to take a lot of studying and a lot of, I guess, training in it. In the journal that had the Aratafua, they talked about striding. Before space travel, sentient species would use these gates to go from planet to planet. And if they had enough of them, they could transport a large amount of people, like, say, the population of the Riptide. That's why I said no. Because I think we can do that.
Well, that sounds quite fanciful. I hope you have enough time to figure this out.
Me too. I need to talk to Walls. It's been too long.
It's only been a few days.
It feels like weeks.
Are you?
Anything else you guys want to talk about before we get back to the Riptide? All right.
I think so.
Let's see here. I think Sava, you're my highest force rating. Right? Yeah.
I am 3.
That's technically you and Roz, but Roz, he's busy. So, all right, go ahead. Go ahead and make a. I need you to make a discipline check for me. With your force die, and it is going to be 4 purples.
Ooh. Daunting.
Well, for all of us?
No, just Sava.
Ow. 3 success, 2 threat, 2 light side.
All right. Would you like to cancel out those threat with your light side pips?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Good deal. So, things calm down. You guys have, little side conversations, meditate. It's a pretty decent trip back to the Riptide. Savo eventually, especially close to after you finish your conversation with the lieutenant and with Lawrence about striding and those possibilities, you feel a presence sort of encapsulate the Bay Area of the shuttle. It's a fleeting moment. 30 seconds, maybe. But somebody somewhere has interjected themselves into the space. Not physically. Just for a moment. Before it flits off again.
Is it a familiar presence?
Let me see if it's familiar enough to you. Is it familiar enough to you? Yes, but not exactingly so, if that makes sense.
Okay.
It feels like a presence you ran into on a beach, but not exactly the same.
Okay. I figured. It was the one from Taurus Vigil, wasn't it?
Presence on a beach.
I'm gonna
Jukeby was there for that one. Appa wasn't there for that one.
Damn it.
I'm gonna discreetly tell Nox and Raz. I think we're being watched. I felt the presence. I think it might have been one of the brothers.
I mean,
Little bit.
it makes sense. Just probably told him.
A little bit of spying, not unheard of.
Surely. Did anything come of it other than the feeling?
No. 30 seconds comes. You notice it, feel it, try to discern it.
Any kind of physical manifestation at all?
Was it during any like important point in our like a conversation we were having?
No, it happened. I would say it happened. The closest big conversation that happened was Lawrence talking about striding, but it was after that. It wasn't during.
What are we getting ourselves into? What have we gotten ourselves into?
I've been asking myself that for years.
Mhm.
Was that Appa
You can
or?
say
I think they both say it in unison.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Let me see if I can find this real quick.
I mean, look, the father and the mother can pretty much touch and see everything that's on this planet. I'd
Yeah.
imagine their children will have some capability of it as well.
I'm sure.
I'm a little worried that he's catching us all the way out here, but I mean, it's not like we can hide the riptide from everyone.
I'm sure. Just like the chiss, everybody knows where it's at.
Could you tell which one?
No, I don't think it was. Which one was the one we met on the beach?
That was Kith Zo.
Kitzel.
Mm-hmm.
Kitzel. I don't think it was him.
Kethrak would probably want face to face. Kethrak's
That's the Sumnus Shale.
yeah.
Correct. Kithrax is
The fighter.
the Tide Hunter. Yes.
Yeah.
Kithzo's
So
the Reef
sea
Walker, and then
So the Sea Shaper.
the Sea Shaper is Kithzo.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And then Kith Grawl is the Earth Shaper / Deep
Yeah.
Caller.
It's probably him.
What was that second one? Earthshaper slash?
Deep Caller. Those are the Fomorian force powers that are attributed to them. But their titles are Tide Hunter, Reef Walker, and Earthshaper. So, yeah, you guys using the, the art of exclusion. If Starlight Beacon is going off and it is the Shale Strikers, I think Kithrax is probably busy with that. And if it wasn't Kithzo, that only leaves one other brother option.
Raw.
So what are we gonna do with this spear that we can only use once?
Only use once.
Yeah, wasn't that
Oh shit! I thought we could. It was only usable to kill the brothers, or maybe the father.
hey?
Who wants to kill a god?
Appa. You're having a nice daytime nap. Recovering a little bit. But those are never as restful as you would think they would be, considering
Not these times.
considering the voices that often want to come have chats with you whenever your subconscious is more active. And this time it's quite disconcerting. Normally it's one or the other, but this time it seems that they're split right down the middle. The left side seems to be a very squarish, almost wooden plank carved face. And on the right side seems to be a celestial sort of moon rock with lighter features, both haggard, seemingly the weight of years weighed upon them. And they speak in concert, but they both say different things, and it can be hard to interpret at times. Which one does Appa want to focus on now?
The plank.
This one is more of a male voice. It's sounds like Maokai. And to me, it's very like totemic Maokai. That's great skin. Love that one. And it speaks rapidly. He wakes, he wakes, he wakes, he wakes, he wakes, he wakes, he wakes.
Hate that.
Am I like present in this?
You are in an expanse of stars, yes. It's just this disembodied head.
Oh, this is awesome. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
The core worm. He wakes, he wakes, he wakes. He feasts, he wakes.
How long?
Soon, 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 soon.
I don't know if we're ready.
He wakes,
have-
he wakes, he wakes, he wakes.
No other choice. And in my vision of this starry expanse,
And it's massive. It's probably like a 5, 6 story, probably 80, 90 foot tall. I mean, it just dwarfs you. And even as you're having this conversation, the other half of the face continues to speak, but it's pushed away from your consciousness as you focus.
I must be ready. I must be stronger than before. Can I try to make myself bigger?
Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Roll your force die for me. Yeah.
Strong in the force. One man up. Why did I do that? I accidentally oopsie.
Hey, that's fine. Go count it. Count it. I think I had 3. That's fine. I'll leave 2 on there. That's fine. You feel in control enough right now. So if you would like to make yourself larger, you certainly can.
I would.
So, how big do you grow to?
The same size as the head, the
Oh.
talking head. And I'll start to say, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
And as you grow, the wooden eye snaps onto you for the first time. It was just gazing out through you, above you, beyond you, but now as you grow to its same size, the eye notices you. You see it. The other half of the face still inert, looking away, but the one wooden eye with like a carved pupil snaps onto you. An unnatural movement by any means. And as you reach the full size, and that eye snaps onto you, it says, "Son of Sinkhole, you must feast upon him before he feasts upon you." He wakes, he wakes, he wakes, and the eye goes to gaze back into nothingness. And then both mouths of this giant face open and consume you.
No, awesome.
Gnashing teeth, which you feel for only a second before you jolt awake back in the hold of the ship.
Oh. I need some tea.
Everything okay, Appa?
Oh, it's just another bad dream.
Mm.
More, voices from beyond, bad things happening, doomsday's coming, the same old.
Huh.
Shit. Oh. Yeah. Let's be like, hey guys, there's something worse than these brothers.
Oh boy.
It's just hit him with that. Fuck.
Is that what you open with? That's
You thought you was fucked now. Wait a minute.
Oh Jesus.
Um,
There's always a bigger fish, I guess.
shit. Yeah, that's a big fish.
Indeed.
Oh,
Core worm.
I think this is as good a time as any to breach this conversation, Appa.
This is. He wakes.
I hope that was fitting enough for you.
Oh fuck, dude. Fuck. He didn't hate me. You know, I really think Nappa gets up and stretches. We may have been looking at this problem just a little wrong.
How so?
It seems to us that, you know, the brothers are going to take over this world and ruin it, destroy it, however. But I think if we quarreled with them, our fight would all be meant for nothing. Nothing at all. There'd still be nothing left, even if we beat them. And it would all be over. It would all be gone. Eaten, consumed, destroyed, this world. And probably a few more worlds beyond it. It's starting to seem...
Roz does this one right here.
Okay. I didn't show up here on a crash ship. I didn't find myself on an island. I didn't walk my way into Point Riptide not knowing what went wrong for me to be here. I knew exactly why I came here. There's a threat worse than these brothers, worse than the mother, worse than the father, that plagues this world. And it follows me from my own world. Aru Tafura. Aru Tafura. Lars, you and Wolves were the first to say his name here on this planet. The powers that be here have let me know he is awoken. And it is his time. And when it is Aru Tafura's time, it will not matter about the mother, the father, the family, us, the Chiss. It will eat everything. It will consume everyone. This entire planet. And off again into the void it'll go. Our problems here have just become very small. The only way we can stop this thing is to come together. Raz, I know you want to finish these brothers. But if we're all caught up in fighting one another here on this planet, we won't have a planet to fight over. Or to for the core worm, destroyer of worlds. It destroyed mine. One brave one, my planet. Thought he could control it. Thought summoning it would give him power. And as he fed it and as it grew, it just kept eating. Until only he was left. Then it ate him. Then the lands, then the oceans. And then the core. I don't 100% know why I'm here. He tried to feed me to it too. When I was thrown into the mouth of Artifor, I awoke here. On Femar. And I've been speaking with the powers that be ever since. And they've finally told me that it is time. He is coming and we have no other choice. We need to be very careful with what we do with the brothers. Because if I know anything, we're going to need everything that we've got. Can I provide any kind of evidence for this, apart from spoken testimony?
No.
Man, Appa's off a perk tonight.
Hey man, I'll say this.
I was about to say, the only other evidence that maybe corroborates this a little bit is a vision that Savo had about a day ago.
Uh-huh. Let me see, let's go back.
Of Aratufua, supposedly massive millipede, sort of dragon worm type creature.
Yep. This seems to be a larger millipede-esque creature with huge mandibles. Aratufua.
Does in fact seem to be localized on Femar in that vision.
And the brother was fighting against it.
The brother was fighting against Raj.
Oh. Oh. That's bad.
Oh.
Hey, Shavo believes him. There's too much overlap. Appa should have no knowledge of the name Aratufua. And he does.
Not only that, he also said like 3 of his other names.
Yeah.
and got to add one. So Lawrence, you had heard the other ones. But you make the mental note of core worm. That's a new one for the book.
What did I'm assuming that's the father. What did the plank call me? Right at the end before he ate me.
Son of sinkholes.
Son of sinkholes. Interesting.
Son of sinkhole.
Now,
feast upon him.
I will offer a bit of clarification here for you, Appa. Those 2 faces have always been representative to you of home.
Okay.
The splintered moon that stays in low orbit above your planet is often one side of the deity, and then the life wood of the planet is often representative of the other half.
Okay, that's sick. Hold on, man. That wasn't mommy and daddy. That was my OG. That wasn't stepmom and stepdad. That was my planet's essence calling out to me to stop the thing that killed it. What the fuck? Alright,
Crazy. What the fuck?
I have some more, I guess I can say, to mix with Dak, because I totally forgot about your vision.
Did you share?
I-
Did you, Savo? Did you share your full vision?
Mm-mm.
I didn't think so.
I didn't say
Okay.
anything about my vision.
I didn't think so. Yeah, that's why I wanted to
Never
bring that
mind.
up for
Never
him.
mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Well, do you share it now?
I do. I
Okay.
think I can read a summary of it real quick.
Please, please.
As I focus and look toward the ever-shifting future, this conversation has been worrying, and that may have colored what I received. I have a glimpse of the remains of the riptide, torn asunder in flames. In the waters of the world, I see a great combat with not one, but two Leviathan creatures. One dragon eel creature with Kithrax. The other seems to be a larger millipede-esque creature with huge mandibles, Artifua. That's what I have on there. And that's after we have the conversation whenever we...
With Punura. Yeah.
Yeah. Or no, that was... Oh yeah, that is after we have the conversation with
Mhm.
Punura. You're right. When he tells us about the spear. That's it.
One of the brothers may have already started to summon him.
Oh my god. So they do need to be stopped.
Yeah, forget all the work together shit I was yawning on about.
Well, I will say, not sure. Could be a possibility.
Although, wasn't Kith Zoe? He seemed kind of partial to our cause. To some length.
Yeah,
Well,
he's a sea shaper. He makes life.
he did send the algae to you guys to,
Yeah. And then he, 60-foot avatar talked to us. That's pretty
Correct.
cool. Can't remember if I don't think he threatened us. I think it was a pretty meaningful conversation.
So that one, let me pull that one up because I got it right here.
And that was with Declan, Jupi. That was the Christian trip.
Yeah.
I'm fucking cold, dude.
Now he did tell you guys about a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
But he certainly, whether he's impartial to you guys or not, he certainly did release the red algae, and it certainly fucked y'all's algae farms up, and a lot of other shit. So.
Then the deep caller. We need to speak with him. We've experienced one, and we know where he comes from and his type of people, and you can assume that. Second one's made contact with us, tried to screw over our colony. Obviously wanted us to make some kind of deal with him, so we wouldn't get algae. And then there's the third one, who we deemed just tried to, or at least scryed us, and
Raw.
might have a different perspective on all this.
Yeah.
But it's also like, do they at all? Are they all creatures of the same intent? Are they all intent on this great renewal?
Guess we gotta talk to him and find out.
Well, I mean, the father's a avatar of destruction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Seems like Aratifu is similar vein. Do you think the Aratufua is do you think it's force sensitive?
If I had to guess, the answer is probably yeah.
The
These things don't happen outside of the force.
It can be controlled. It will be controlled until it can't anymore. Then there either has to be someone strong enough to banish it, or it just takes what it wants.
Put it back to sleep.
You said this creature ate you?
I
The lieutenant asks.
Oh shit.
Hey, cover your ears and do a la la la.
When I jumped in, well, when I was thrown into its mouth, yes. I didn't get all the way down the throat, as I'm still here. I was thrown in. It was nasty work of teeth. Mandibles. Must have been a 40-yard span between them. And it was all black. And then I was on a beat.
Strange.
Now, of course, the universe stretched out in front of me, and it felt like I was walking along something for a little while, but for the most part, I just showed up.
Appa, did you stride here?
I don't know. There was no intent. There wasn't much thought, but despair. I had been betrayed by my elders. An elder himself, tossed away. I opposed his power, where it was going, how strongly it affected the balance of life on Gobada.
On where? What's that
Yeah,
word?
Go
what was
but
the
a-
name of your home?
Gobada.
Go Bada. Finally got the fucking Appa name drop. Planet drop. It's only been fucking 30 sessions.
I'm just always here. I'm from here.
He's just a kooky old man, dude.
We just show up in places.
He just doesn't know what's going on, man.
I feel God, I feel so bad that Noah's not getting any of this lore down.
Shit, bro.
Yeah.
He can watch it back.
How much time from I don't even really have a name for him. We'll call him Zim. Elder Zim. How long from Elder Zim controlling the worm first, going on his rampage to actually I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm only assuming that it completed what it completed because I'm here and now it's here. I have no idea if they ever repelled him or if he just took what he wanted.
So, where do we go from here?
Well,
We find which of the brothers is trying to control him.
we have to find one. And hopefully finding one lead us to the other two.
Well, I know where one of them's at. Assaulting Point Riptide.
Indeed. And as we get the sweet side cut of the ship flying through the air with Point Riptide on the horizon, I think this is as good as a place as any to call it before we jump to the other team next time.
Let's go, dude.
Can't wait to play
Alright.
ball.
So, with this, with Operation Skim Racer completed, go ahead and smack a sweet 50 XP onto these old character sheets.
Ooh.
You.
And we
Update your
are
totals.
yes, update your totals. And I will let me DM Noah right quick. I'll get a hold of him later on.
50 is crazy. Wait a minute. 15, 30, 45. Damn. Oh, wait a minute.
So, yeah, next time we'll be on the other group as they prepare for what they believe to be an assault on the algae farms and Point Riptide as a whole from a combined Shale Striker force, perhaps some Corestians as well. Fighting to keep their home safe, very much like after the Shale Strikers and some of the rescue missions the X4 members were on previously. Whenever Appa shanked that guy with the poison knife to save that kid.
What a fucking baller.
That shit was so sweet. That punchy one, that was awesome. I need to go back and watch that one. That was... But, man. Well. Nothing like a big lore drop to finish off a mini arc.
Yes.
Love that.
Fucking Appa talking long-winded like that just kind of reminds
Yeah,
me of Deckard
that-
King talking.
That's also never fucking happened. I don't think Appa's ever talked that much.
He has.
No.
Not only has Appa never talked that much, Appa has never been serious in that nature before
Yeah,
either.
right.
So that's probably like a neck breaker as well. But yeah, so but Appa, I'll say this, just for timeline stuff for you. You know, whenever you and the elders were communing, it has always been a split representation of Gobita and the moon. But I think it was probably a step too far whenever there was a lapse of control and the moon was eaten and sundered in the sky and began the broken connection of what you have left of the spirits of your celestial home whenever you commune with them now. It hasn't always been this way. They haven't always been fragmented and obtuse and in pieces. But this, probably since you've been on Femar, this was the first time that you have had a brief moment of clarity from one of them.
Actually, yeah, so usually they're just doing the unintelligible garble,
Right.
the voices sliding by and all that. Okay. So does that tell me Gobita is still...
That is up to you.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't think I'd get to drop Appa's truth bomb today. Oh, wait.
I had a plan. I didn't know how much you would share, but I knew I was gonna put the spotlight on you. But hey, thanks for watching. This has been episode 27 of Sunstriders Phase 2, completion of our mini arc Operation Skim Racer, rescuing Roz, and we're gonna be jumping over to our other characters as they play out the siege of Point Riptide. So, catch us next time. Take care. We'll see you later.
Bye-bye.